Hey, hey, good people out here enjoying some fresh air and talking to you all. I'm on my walk today. This episode is about sitting still. Just sit still. Something that my sister had to tell me a while back because I was like 90 to nothing. And she was like, girl, just sit still. Just sit still. She wouldn't even stay on the phone with me. She said, I'm hanging up. Just sit still. And she hung up on me. I get it now. I didn't get what she was talking about at the time, but yeah, just sit still. That's what a lot of us need to do. There's so much power in that message to just sit still. Let's talk about it, y'all. Do the work. Hey, hey, good people. It is Jody, Forever Voice. All right, so sit still. Please, sit still. Let's talk about that. That is my message for myself, and the message that'll probably resonate with you as well if you just got too much going on. I have so much going on because I created so much going on. I literally started that. I didn't have to, but that's just kind of how it worked out. So a few months back, and just in case you didn't listen to my episode, on 10, that was a fun one. Just in case you didn't listen to that episode, let me just catch you up on that. So I realized and recognized that I was in a place that I didn't want to be as far as my career was concerned. So I took a step, and that step was to step out. Step out of what I had been doing. Step out of education. Got it. Did all that. And before I knew it, I was like doing all of these different things and a bunch of different things that just weren't necessary to do. I had created this whole situation every day. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to do this task. I'm going to do that task and finish this up. Then I need to give a new look to my website. Then I need to do this and do that. And I was trying to do those things. Okay, long story short, I was in my office, and before I knew it, I was like laid out on the floor, laid out on my back, put on the couch. And all I heard was, and this had been a while, I had to have been there for a little bit. And I heard, hey, babe, I need to meet my boy and pick this TV up. I'll be back. All I did was grunt, and that was it. I went on back to sleep. I faded right back out. I did, because I had burned myself out, because I would not sit still. I wouldn't sit still. Why wouldn't I sit still? Because things are going on in my mind that for some reason, and I know it's ego driven, I know it's my ego, I'm just not completely comfortable with. So I'm creating things and forcing things and doing things, but I'm not sitting still. It's a whole situation going on that I didn't even bother to process. Number one, I'm embarking on a career change. Didn't even think about it. It escaped my mind. I'm just going. Career change. Before that, I already had the layer of PJ. I already got the layer of my healing process. I talk about that every single episode. So I got the healing process of BJ going on, gonna go on the rest of my life. I realized that. Then I got this other thing going on that's a brand new career. How did I not process that? How did I not understand that there's something brand new going on? And I've done this before. I worked for FedEx from like 91 to 2011. And the same exact thing happened when I shifted and went into education. I remember I called G. I remember calling her and crying and saying, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't know. This, I'm not used to this. She said, "You're going to be fine, Joe. You're going to be fine. You already know what you're going to do. Here's the challenge. Yeah, I knew what I was going to do. Yeah, my job was lined up. All of that. There's a whole infrastructure with that. All I had to do is show up, do what I was trained to do, and follow that great big infrastructure that, follow that guide. It had already been put into place. You don't have to show up and create a school. My role is already there. I already knew. I'd already been trained on how to do it. So I was good with that. But it was just the change. It was the newness of it. It was the lack of processing with it. Same thing here. Only now, I don't have an infrastructure. This whole thing belongs to me. Whatever it is that I'm going to create has to come from me. What does that look like? That in itself is like, whoa, okay. I got to figure that out. Figure out how I'm going to start that. Because this is a change. It's a shift. It's not just me doing some things on the side. It's not me doing some things at work that I already do on the side. It's creating a whole infrastructure of my own that I wasn't even thinking about. I'm just like, yeah, I'm just going to keep doing, I'm going to do that. No, it doesn't quite work like that. Not quite. So what do I do about that? Well, I sit still. And when I say sit still, I don't mean just sit there and don't do anything throughout the day, day by day. That's not what I mean. That's not what I mean. It means that I go through my day doing the things that need to be done, handling that self-care, continuing to try to improve myself in the best way I can. That might be reading, it might be writing, whatever. That's on me to figure that part out. And things will fall into place if I allow myself to listen. I still have to go about my day and I still have to do the things that I need to do. I still have to run my household. I still have to do that with help, of course. But to sit still, to listen. That other day when I just fell out in the floor in my office and my husband came in there, that was scary to him. We laughed at it the next day. He told me about it the next day. He said, "Girl, I was so scared." But then once I saw that you were breathing, I said, "Yeah, she'll get up. She good. She'll get up." But he knows that about me. He knows that about me. And he allows me to just, hey, do you? I'm here. I'm not going to be far away. I'm going to check in. And I remember, after BJ passed, I remember me saying he wasn't going to be himself. And he wasn't. I wasn't either. But I remember saying, ooh, I don't know if he's going to be all right. Ooh, I don't know about him. Because I know how much their relationship meant to him. I know how close they were. Ooh, I don't know. Shit. That man is handling and doing the things that he knows that he needs to do. And he actually understands what he needs to do to keep himself going. He understands it. I didn't understand. I'm getting a better hang of it. But there are some things that I still need to do to keep me going. Yeah, that exercising piece, yeah, I got that. I knew that. I knew that part. But even that becomes difficult. But now he's found his own release in addition to working. And it's allowed him to strengthen in ways that I never thought possible. But he's also done something that I did not do. And that's to stand still. Even though physically he's working, he's going to the gym sometimes twice a day, he's doing all of that stuff. Doing all of that. But there is not a day that goes by he does not sit, give himself his calm and peace. Listen. To think about what needs to happen next, what needs to go next. Not a day. And I don't think I gave that enough thought. I do now. After I laid out in that floor, couldn't take anymore, and just fell asleep in the middle of what I was doing, and then popped up, oh, I got a meeting I need to be on in another 30 minutes. No. Jody, sit still. Listen. Stop letting things pass you by because you're so busy trying to create something that just doesn't need to be perfect yet. Just the thought of it right now is good enough. Just the thought of it. So sit still. How do I sit still? I look at my backyard. I look and I see that I haven't planted anything. That is not like me. It's not like me. I always come up with kind of a color theme, you know? Last year, everything was yellow. Then I started in with a little bit of purple. There's nothing out there this year. There's nothing out there. Why not? Because I'm having a problem with the sit still piece. I'm finding things to do. I'm finding assignments for myself. When all I need to do for now is express myself and give myself the opportunity to laugh, to enjoy, and to do the things that I always do the things that I always did for enjoyment. I always planned it. I always planted flowers and things. I always did that. Switched them out every year. But this year, for some reason, I didn't. And why not? Here's a story. This is my comparison. This is kind of my analogy to it. And it is kind of a strong analogy. It's pretty harsh, but it aligns best with what I'm trying to say. So if you think back history and how those that were enslaved didn't get the message until a couple years later. Once they got that message, they took off. But then you had some that stayed. They refused to leave. Why? Who would refuse to leave that? Who would refuse to leave? Like, what would be a person's reasoning behind that? It's conditioning. The same type of conditioning that's based in fear. That's the only thing that I can compare it to. Being so much in fear that you just will not allow yourself to leave. I was not allowing myself, and this is just as recently as a couple days ago, just not allowing myself to just walk away, process, and just give it the time that it needs. Just to be still. Be still. Nothing's instant. Nothing successful is instant. And I think that's what I was looking for. So in my stillness the other day, because I came across the video that I tend to listen to whenever things start getting a little heavy for me. I tend to listen to it, and I made mention of it in the last episode. Dr. Darius Daniels, and he's a religious person. I'm not a religious person. I'm more of a spiritual person. I'm not religious, but I do find that whether you choose religion, spirituality, whatever, you have a source, or you have an all, or a God, or a universe, whatever you want to call it. For me, it's the same thing. It's wherever it is that you pull from. It's wherever your source is. It's whatever feeds you, whatever that may be. And again, that could be religion, that, could be the universe, it could be your source, it could be your all, whatever you want to call it. But when he speaks, I do tend to flip around certain things that he says to align with what I believe in. So when he speaks and he says certain things, there was a phrase that he used continuously throughout this video, and he says, I need you to keep walking. And I listen to that probably 5-10 times a day. When BJ's death was really heavy on me, I listened to it constantly. And I hadn't listened to it in a while, which I felt like that was pretty good, because when you don't listen to it for a while, it's just like a movie that you may have seen when you were in your early 20s, or 10 years before, 5 years before. And then you watch it again, you're either past that, you have a greater understanding of it, or you just have this newfound appreciation for it. It's just different. Your ears hear different things. Your mind processes. So it was the same thing. I hadn't heard it in a few months. And I felt like it's time for a re-up. Oh, it's two little babies coming by on a bike, so you're going to hear them. They're just as cute as they can be. You probably hear them. Hello. Hey. Yeah, they were too cute. They were too cute. I had to speak. So getting back to that. So this thing that he would do, keep walking, that thing. I had to keep watching that, and I had to let it help me over. Now I understand, and now I feel there's a deeper message in that. And he also mentions sitting still. There's a deeper message in that as well. And when I consider it, and when I understand that my message has to come from a greater place, and if I'm not sitting still, I won't catch it. Sitting still, being able to listen, being able to hear it. Because if we have too many things going on, we just can't. My husband's been trying to get me to do that. And he'll come in my office and he'll say, hey, how much longer are you going to be? Or he'll come in and bring some food out. I didn't see you come out of here. I don't think you had anything to eat in a while. He's just being careful and just coming in to check on me, but he's centering himself. He's keeping himself still. He's going to work every day and, coming home, talking about things that go on at work, getting out in the yard, doing his thing, going to the gym. He's doing all that. But something else that he's doing is taking that time to be still. And it's keeping him calm, and it's keeping him centered. And I have to say, it looks good on him. He's doing incredible. And I'm going to have to take some pointers from him, because it's time for me to be a little more still. And I want everybody that's listening to consider that. Consider processing everything that you have going on. The things that you have going on in your life will keep you from getting that much needed message if you let it. I haven't missed all my signals, I don't think. But I think there does come a time where you have to take a look at some things. Check out what you weren't checking out. Just be still. It's very important. And if you have that support that allows you to and that encourages you to just be still, don't ignore that, because that is a blessing. Not everybody has that. And I think that oftentimes, especially moms, women, because we have so much to do, we put so much on ourselves, and we just start doing. And we start doing not even realizing that nobody asked you to do it. You just did it. Then you got tired, and then you got cranky, and then you got mean. When you just wouldn't be still. Just wouldn't do it. Be careful with that. Get that support right there where it is. Most of us have that support right there where it is, but we, so busy doing, so busy running it, so busy running it, not necessarily running, but being still, giving your mind, giving your space, giving yourself a chance to listen, to take it all in, to give yourself a chance. It's important. And it will help you realize the things that you dismiss or the things that you just didn't understand. I just want to encourage everybody, regardless of what you do, regardless of who you are, just to take a minute, a few minutes, every single day, to just be still. And to just be still, that looks like, it looks how I looked in my office that day, where I looked like I was a part of the floor. I was so deep in it. I was laid out like that. Yes, that's what it means to just be still. I just had to take a minute. My body made me take a minute, really. But I did listen. That's my message for you today, is to take the time to just be still. Everything happens the way it's supposed to. Everything happens in a process. You can't rush it. You can, but you know what the outcome will be when you rush it. So just take that time to be still, to listen, and to go down that path that aligns with you. That is all I have for you today. I hope this message was one that resonates with you. And I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for listening. Thank you for those that I actually see who encourage and say, oh, it's good, keep going. Thank you for that. Thank you for the new listeners that I've received lately. Thank you. I appreciate it. And if you are talking to people and if you are saying, hey, listen to this podcast, she's pretty good, listen to this. Thank you. It's so encouraging, because this is exactly what I need to be doing right now, is expressing myself, finding myself, getting more comfortable with things about myself, and growing what I've started in its own special time. I appreciate it. Thank you for listening, y'all. See you again soon. Bye-bye. Hey, so I just need to make sure that I ask you for one favor, and that one favor is to please rate my podcast. After you listen to my podcast, they generally do give you an option to rate the show. And I believe it's on a 5-star rating. So rate the show, leave comments. All comments are welcome as long as they are comments that are, let's make sure that they're PC, right? Politically correct, regardless of what it is that you have to say or how you feel. Just make sure that you're leaving that rating, because that rating allows me to grow and to focus on some different things, just to give some, perspective to a voice other than my own. So again, go ahead and make sure that you leave a rating and a comment for me to help make Fervor Voice even better than it already is. I thank you, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Hey, it is Jody. I'm back with the recap. So this recap is going to be short and sweet. Y'all know what it is. Just be still. Be still. You will get what is coming to you for you if you are patient enough and still enough to receive. That's all it is at the end of the day. Also, making sure that you know what you need to keep walking, to keep going. So be still. Being busy ain't gonna get it. It is not it. And make sure that you know what you need to keep walking. Next thing, is my dedication. So I need to dedicate this episode to my husband, Brian. I need to dedicate this episode to you, babe, because, you are everything to me. You absolutely are. And I want to thank you for keeping me balanced and keeping me safe and putting our family first and making sure that I have everything that I need to keep going and encouraging me to be still. I thank you, and I love you.